So, Yomi, you said you have a video, CCTV, I don't know whatsoever it is, that is going to help the investigations of the police. Then you took it to Ikeja. Then the police officer that you gave it to didn't bother to radio Panti to inform them that regarding an ongoing investigation, which I don't think there's any ongoing investigation because CP Idowu had already have his detectives do a good job by, questioning everyone regarding the old Mohbad's case. So now, which under the law, circumstances can come up, then even a closed investigation can be reopened if there is a substantial evidence and reasons to reopen it. So let's say peradventure the clips that you said you gave to the police was sustainable enough for them to reopen the case. I believe by now they will have invited Wunmi and probably detained Wunmi. If the so-called evidence, because apparently the police officer that you gave it to must have reached out to his superior, then his superior will definitely send a signal down to Panti that, regarding the so case that you guys are working on, we have found out one or two things here. From my own understanding and from inquiries and lectures that I've gotten from police officers, they said it makes no sense for a case to be duplicated in as much as the case is in Panti. From their own experience, they feel like the case should be sent back to Panti while Panti carry out the investigation. But the officer now proceeded lecturing me that in some cases, for one or two reasons, order can be given that Ikeja or that unit, the second unit they took the case to, order can be given that the second unit or division should proceed on that case. Thank God, the IG of police now recently released a bulletin warning police regarding transferring the case. And if you notice, if you read that, what information or whatsoever very well, it was quoted that except if there is a reason, you understand, a valid reason, and it has to be from order from above, and it must be constitutional, not because someone came. It must go through the due and the right procedures. Now, my question to you is this, Yomi. The officer that you gave the clips, did the officer bother, or did you yourself bother going to Panti to drop these clips for them? You know very well that this case was handled by Panti. How come you didn't bother to go to Panti? The officer that you gave the clips to, allegedly, like you said, how many of his superiors are aware of these particular clips before you later went to zone 2 to now meet the AIG? Before the AIG now got aware of the situation. But when you went to Ikeja, how many of these officers superior was aware that, regarding Mohbad's case, this guy here is helping us out. He gave us some evidences that can literally help out on this case. Because I believe if the evidences that you claimed you dropped allegedly are sustainable, they will have forwarded it to Panti. Because I see no reason for the police to duplicate the case. A lot is going on that I feel like this guy is not telling people, and he's just cajoling people, calling the AIG's name as if him and the AIG are party like that. Allegedly, I was even told that the couples or the folks, the old folks that you brought to the zone 2 or whatsoever, were telling you that the memory card or whatsoever CCTV they gave to you has been deleted. That why would you delete it, that they gave you something that was filled up with some certain content or whatsoever, and at the end of the day, it was deleted, and questions were being asked. I am not sure if you discussed this with your mumus that you always come online to brag to. Because allegedly they said the two folks, the two older woman and old elderly man were there, and they confronted you. The AIG was there and all of that. AIG sir and IG sir, I want to call your attention to operation of some of your men, because this thing I am telling you, I have evidence of it. Some of your men are being used to address civil case as criminal case. A situation whereby some of your men that are bringing dirty image to these men in black, some of your men, whenever there is a civil case and they know this is a civil case, they know that, oh, once this person is invited, they get to the station, the person that came to report have an option of either taking the case to court, or they advise both of them and be like, you know what, everything is fine. Instead of them to do all these things, some of your men get paid to make sure whosoever they invited get detained, so that those other people can come to social media and brag that Emi Moniko Gbe, Emi Moniko lock up. And most of them has been sponsored by people in diaspora to help them do most of all these things. They solicit for funds for people, from people in diaspora, so that they can help them detain people here simply because they don't share same ideology regarding this so-called thing they called Movement for Justice for Mohbad. CP, though, stated it clearly in everything they said from the press conference. He was literally close to saying, she won first investigation. He was close to calling it trash. And people like this will still go in front of your men to fabricate all sorts of lies, and your men will welcome them with open arms, knowing that this kind of person goes all over social media to discredit the police efforts. This so-called justice for Mohbad thing has turned to a money-making venture to a lot of people, to the level of this individual that called himself Yomi whatsoever, and going around claiming to be an activist, but still goes around to be soliciting for funds on people's WhatsApp, telling them to send them money. Ṣé wọ́n wá fi ogun finally ẹ pé kó wá ṣe justice for Mohbad dandan ni? First activist I have ever seen in my life that after all has been said and done, everything results to how they'll get money. The Nigerian police doesn't need money for them to carry out any investigation. So the money you are always saying they should donate anytime you are sending this thing, I don't know what those money are meant for. Which of the officers are you giving this money? That anytime you want to do something, they need to donate. Is it that the police are asking you for money? Because we need to understand what is really going on, that every time you are always asking people to donate, you are sliding into people's DM, telling them to send you money on WhatsApp and all those things. Because I don't want to believe there's any officer that is asking you to bring money, because even during justice, when the whole thing was happening, Lagos State government facilitated the police enough for them to be able to do their job without any disturbance. The Nigerian police has done their job, and likes of Yomi will come on social media. Small time he will be saying something nice about the police because he doesn't want to be caught off guard, and the moment he notices that he's not getting shared by people again, he will start saying other things about the Nigerian police regarding this particular case of justice for Mohbad. And it's funny that people are falling for all this, deceit of ease, all this drama, all this Nollywood thing is doing. You boldly come online to tell some people to go and report themselves at the police, like the police actually ask you to tell them to come. And the next minute, same you will come online and trash talk the police again. People kept sending me videos, and I'll just be like, why is this guy doing this? Me knowing well that your intentions are not pure, because I'll continue saying something here on this social media. In as much as you people are claiming to be seeking for justice, ọjọ́ tó bá ti sọ pé o gbowó lọ́wọ́ èèyàn kan torí justice for Mohbad, ipò lo gbowó kan, oni kò wá ṣàkàǹt, ọjọ́ yẹn lèmi máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tako ẹ̀. That is when you lose your credibility. Because the money you collected, what is that money for? The money they are saying you are collecting, what is it for? Go. You say, you went to Mohbad's house, you went this, you did all these things. Nigerian police, they've done all these things already. CCTV, CP Idowu already addressed this conversation or topic of CCTV. So I don't understand how Yomi is thinking is more resourceful than this police, and how this police are allowing Yomi to make mediocrity of their work. How they are fine. It is okay to listen to people when they come to complain, but if it is not substantial enough, I feel like police should give themselves that respect of, Oga, don't teach us our work. Because there is always that stage that a Nigerian police have the right to tell you not to teach them their work. That is when they notice that you started misbehaving and committing new sort of fallacy and going above what the constitution or the code of conduct of the Nigerian police says. And it is high time something is done regarding this thing. And this consistent petitioning that doesn't hold water, that doesn't hold ground, that some policemen would not start making a big deal and start making you write statement under duress, or start trying to sound as if a civil case can literally be criminalized, needs to stop. And I am calling on Mr. Egbetokun, our police IG, and the AIG, and most especially on Kumoye, Prince Moye, the PRO, to look into some of all these activities. Because we can't be doing the job for you, helping the society to explain what you have done and what Lagos State government has done to help in getting justice for this guy and the family. And some people are going about calling themselves activists, saying they have foundation, soliciting for money, and whenever they didn't make use of the money the way they are supposed to make use of it, they will now come back to tell people that the police didn't do their job. The police didn't do their job. They'll start saying, why is Wunmi working freely? Why is that person working freely? But the people CP Idowu confirmed that they have direct contact with the nurse. The people CP Idowu confirmed that they beat this boy. They will never mention their name. They will never call them out. They'll rather call out Wunmi, Iyabo Ojo. They will call out the Nigerian police saying they've collected money and all sort of stuff. There has never been a time this Yomi guy, this failed actor they call Yomi, there has never been a time in his life that he make reference back to the fact that CP Idowu said this and said that. In as much as you refuse to base your analysis on what the Nigerian police said, due to the investigation they did, you will have problem with me on this cyberspace. I will continue exposing you. Because you know the truth. Because there's nothing you want to tell me. Wunmi doesn't even have the resources that can influence someone like CP Idowu or the detectives that they hire, that will now make them come and twist the whole story. If you want to know the truth of this matter, just go on YouTube. The video is there. When CP Idowu break down every analysis from A to Z. He even dated everything, time everything on what transpired and what they were able to retrieve in terms of information from all the suspects or eyewitnesses. So Yomi Kini showed where Ọ̀nà àtijẹ náà ló ń bá kà, kò sóòótọ́ mọ́.